All righty. So I have not heard from Natasha in a while. I don't know if anybody else has connected with her or heard from her or seen updates on her page. Nope.
Nope.
So I will reach out to her after tonight if she's not available. I know that it seems like her job has been overlapping quite a bit lately. And I just want to make sure that she is still engaged and viewing the recordings and feeling connected. Oh, and see, Shelley's on top of it. If everyone could go ahead and add your contact information into the chat room, that would be much appreciated. That would be your name, your business name, your phone number, email address, website, any good stuff that you want to share for the sake of individuals reaching out to.
Thank you for choosing conferencecall.com.
All righty. Does anybody have any good stuff, any positive things, any wins to share this week?
Absolutely nothing.
I sold someone that just retired at 61 insurance policy, so that was good. So hooked her up with it.
Yay.
Complete coverage. Unfortunately, we had our first Medicare training take off today, so that's starting. So that's like 8 weeks of train away.
Ah, so you're going to be deep in it.
Oh yeah.
All right, very good. Hi, Robert.
Hello, hello. How we doing?
Doing well, thanks. How are you?
Doing well, doing well, doing well. Can't complain.
Awesome. Oh, look at you, Shelley. All right, you done learned the technology tricks. Look at her. Okay.
You
Well,
can teach us the technology trick.
Yeah. I have a win to share. And we talk all the time about how as we're networking and building relationships, we're sowing seeds. We might not get, immediate returns, but certainly over time, as we've planted our seeds, we will sow. And there was a former member of Collaborating Connections that reached out to me, kept me in mind and my travel business, and had a need. She was looking for travel for a family member of hers. And she contacted me and we got it all done. So I thought that was pretty cool. And in fact, she may think about coming back and rejoining us, depending on how things are going in her business and whatnot. So we shall see. Anybody else got any wins to share this week?
Nothing major.
All right. Well, we'll go ahead and get kicked off. I want to welcome everybody to our last Tuesday in June for Collaborating Connections. I'm your group leader, Dawn Evans Casey. Collaborating Connections is one of 14 TTR, that is to the rescue networking groups. Collaborating Connections has been around going on 4 years in September and going strong. We've transitioned from an in-person meeting on the east side of Indianapolis, Indiana, into this virtual Zoom call where we are able to connect with wonderful business people across the US and beyond. I want to acknowledge and welcome our guest, Anna Rondina, who is across the ocean, but and in a completely different time zone, but taking the time to share with us this evening. Welcome, Anna. We've had the opportunity to meet and talk on Nicole Williams' Start Your Week program on Monday mornings. So I was so glad to hear that you were interested in meeting with and sharing with us this evening. I believe everybody's probably familiar with what TTR networking is about. We meet on a weekly basis. We focus on relationship development. We feel that that's the best way to, of course, engage in networking, is to know each other and know each other well. And we're not really we're not selling products and services, but we are building relationships and meeting and serving the needs of those around us. So I hope that everybody has had an opportunity to add their contact information into the chat box. Following this meeting, I will be sharing the information with each attendee via email, and even those members that aren't here, because I certainly want an opportunity for everyone to know who is a part of Collaborating Connections. So what we do on a weekly basis is have the opportunity to go around and give everyone a chance to introduce themselves and introduce their business. And I would like for each of you to share who is your ideal client, who are you looking to be connected with, and to give us some, not completely specific detail, but some general ideas so that we can take that information, make note of it, mental and otherwise, and then visit our own connection lists, whether that is on Facebook or LinkedIn or our phone and address books, and find those individuals that you need to be connected with. That's what we do. So at this time, I'm just going to go around and give everybody a chance to introduce. Nancy Vesley, are you ready to introduce yourself and your business?
Yes, thank you, Dawn. I'm Nancy Vesley with IHC Specialty Benefits. I handle over 40 carriers for health insurance. So chances are I have some health insurance that we could connect you to people that have nothing, or that have health insurance that has holes in it. I am looking for individuals that currently do not have health insurance, which is scary because the largest bankruptcy is still in our courts these days, is still health insurance or health coverages that weren't covered. So something is better than nothing. And I'd really like to talk to people and see what we can get put together for them to give them some coverage. Thank
Wonderful.
you.
Thank you, Nancy. Does anyone have any questions for Nancy this evening as far as health insurance coverage or life insurance coverage?
No.
All righty, we will move on. Dion Robinson, are you ready to introduce yourself and your business?
I sure am. So I am Dion Robinson, just like Dawn introduced me. I am with Color Street, and Color Street is 100% nail polish in a strip. It's easy to apply, it's easy to take off. And like I said, it's 100% nail polish. My ideal client is anyone from 18 to 99 who loves to have their, to treat themselves for a fraction of the cost. It's a salon quality, fraction of the cost. And also another ideal client is other businesses who are just looking for gift ideas, just to give these out. They're wonderful, especially for, you know, the women to get on their good side of your clientele to help promote your business. So once again, I'm Dion Robinson with Color Street.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Dion. Does anyone have any questions for Dion Robinson concerning Color Street Nails at this time?
The email you sent out this afternoon really caught my eye with the different colors that they are offering. It's like, okay, here we go. I need more.
I know they're always coming out. They're changing up the fall collection. They'll have something for fall, winter, and then, you know, we have these mini collections that they're coming out every other week. It seems like last year at this time there was not very many because of COVID. Oh my goodness, it was a struggle for people to get this. And right now we're just in the United States right now, but hopefully soon we'll be expanding. COVID kind of put a slowdown on going to the other countries, but we're headed there. So.
But can you, Dion, like if Anna wanted, I'm not,
That was
trying
my
to-
question. That was my question.
could you mail her? You know what I'm saying? To order it and mail
yeah.
it to her? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All right.
I could mail it out. But it's just that the shipping cost,
Right.
you know, that's the biggest difference there. But we're
Yeah.
trying
Sure.
to work on so eventually be in the UK and people can order from the UK and have the UK cost, you know, that transition, the dollar to the pound. So.
I just thought that was kind of an interesting thought, but yes, the post or the mailing would not be cheap, I'm sure. So, yeah, but Anna, you're missing something, unfortunately.
I know.
And my sister lives in the UK. I've been trying to get her on this networking call for the longest.
Oh, wow. Okay. Dion, did you have any folks sign up for nail bars, nail parties off of My Party? Did any of in that?
No, I'm going to be following up. You know, I give it a couple weeks and then I'm going to, well, I followed up with a couple people, but not officially, no nail
Okay.
bars. But yeah, I do texting nail bars. I've started doing that. So, so it's not so too crazy. People who might not have Facebook or they don't want to, you know, be with Facebook, but the little texting, quick nail bar, I'm doing that now too. So.
Okay. I've noticed that the party page posting is still open because a few people just joined like within the past week, who I guess they're not on Facebook that often and they weren't involved early on. So I'm certainly going to continue to talk to them and encourage them to check out your page and your offerings. So, and the young lady, the girlfriend of mine who like won the points prize during the party.
Yeah,
I've invited her to our networking call as well. So
okay.
she said she has received her package, her order, and she's looking forward to jazzing up her nails.
Good. That is great.
All righty. If there are no other questions for Dion, we will move on. Let's see, Robert Haley, are you ready to introduce yourself and your business?
No problem. Hello, ladies. How you doing?
Great.
Robert Haley with First Home Bank, mortgage banker. I've been in the business for over 25 years. Uh, we do business in all 50 states as well as Puerto Rico. I do a holistic approach to every client to understand their short and long-term goals, make sure that we accomplish that. I really make sure every customer have a great experience when they're looking at for buying a home, refinancing a home, or just doing a consult. My preferred customer is anyone. Anyone that's looking to buy a home, consider that if everyone's want to be homeowners. Everybody would need to know how that process works, and as those who are homeowners, how to tap into some of the equity, help to do some things they want to do for themselves, whether refinancing, home improvements, just doing a debt consolidation, whatever the case may be. Again, Robert Haywood, First Home Bank. Look forward to taking care of you.
Super awesome. Thank you, Robert.
You're more than welcome.
Anyone have any questions for Robert concerning mortgage banking at this time?
How's the market in Puerto Rico? Is it like our market, crazy?
Well, every market is different. It's based upon the demographics. It's not as hot as here, but people buying homes. It's not like a low inventory there. Puerto Rico is just a little different than here. Just that people just the value of homes is different. Different people looking there, so there's no difference.
Okay. Are people purchasing vacation homes or abroad? Is that something that you work with as well?
If somebody's coming trying to buy in the United States, I have done a few of those loans also. Yeah, if somebody's coming back to buy property, I just don't being when people are living in another country trying to buy property in here is just basically the income we use. Got to make sure they have a income-based company here that we can tell they can validate income. It can't be income like somebody's in England and all the income is all from England. Well, I won't be able to do that long because we have no U.S. presence here of the job, of the business.
Okay. Gotcha. All righty. Let's see. Shelley Horton, are you ready to introduce yourself and your business?
Yes, I am. I'm Shelley Horton with Avon. I've been with Avon for since 2014. Yep. And my ideal person I'm looking for is anyone 18 and over. We're looking for people that just want to meet people and get their different kind of needs as far as beauty and anything that has to do with. Right now it's the summertime, so they got a lot of products for mosquitoes and stuff like that. Skin So Soft is very popular at this particular time. The original moisturizing oil is out there for that. So anyone 18 and over I'm looking for. You can join for $5 and you will start off with 25% commission. There are incentives for your first order. So we're just looking for people that just want to make a little extra money and at the same time enjoy talking with people. Your website is made up through them so you can work online. My website is youravon.com/Shelley Horton.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Shelley. Does anyone have any questions for Shelley Horton and Avon products at this time? All righty, we will continue to move on. Jennifer Johnson, are you ready to introduce yourself and tell us about what you do?
Sure. I was just I'm going to sign off here in just a minute and then I'll sign back on. We're in transition, but I think everybody pretty much knows what I do, but I'm a relationship marketing coach and I'm a musician, which I don't know if I've talked too much about that. So, but the things I do are all connected through connections. And so if you, basically I don't know if I've said a lot about my music, but I am looking for any connection to, I've sung for years. The pandemic kind of closed the door on live music, and now things are starting to open up again. Do you know anybody who is doing an open house, or it's not just me standing there singing. I do have other musicians, and I don't know, I feel like I've said that before to most of the groups, but been fortunate, blessed to work with wonderful musicians over the years. And so I actually, Music for the Generations, which you'd have to go check it out, but I would just really promote that. Who do you know I'd like more business contacts, people who are needing, maybe they're having a grand opening or they're having a launch or they're having, just a happy hour and they need something to fill a little bit of time. Done a lot of that kind of stuff, did not do enough of it. I want to do more of that. So anyway, that's kind of may not make a lot of sense, but really it's all about connecting. And if you can make an introduction, I will take it from there. And actually I'll just go back and say, do you know somebody that is looking for a networking group? Do you know somebody that just is out there flailing around, doesn't know quite what to do with themselves? And as far as their business goes, or you've heard all this. I'm not doing a very good job today, but thank you. If you can connect me, I'd be happy for that.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Jennifer. Does anyone have questions for Jennifer Johnson? Questions about her relationship management or her singing, Music for the Generations?
Yeah.
Yes. I have a question. You said Music for the Generations. Is that the name of the group?
That's my music business. So yes. Are you
Oh.
Yeah. So when you look at the website, if you go to TTR Networking, or you'll be able to see it across the tab. Well, actually it's entertainment, I think, on the tab, but you'll be able to hear some of the music and stuff. So yes, that's it's me, but it's other musicians. And it's usually that I either work with them, or I've been fortunate enough to know who they are and what they sound like. I sing with a gospel group. I do a couple other things. So, do you have a need for music in Michigan, Shelley?
I don't know, but it's something I do. See, because I sing also. So
Yay, we should be doing that. Yes. So how far away are you, Shelley, from here?
how far am I? I don't know.
About 4 hours. I think it's about
Okay,
4 hours.
cool.
Yeah,
4 hours.
she's in Grand
Okay.
Rapids, Michigan, and I think that's
Grand Rapids. Okay.
Not too far from there when we go to Kalamazoo.
Oh, yeah, that's Philip when he goes to Kalamazoo is not too far from there. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but we'll have to talk about that, Shelley. That's interesting. We'll have to talk about that. Cool.
Right.
Okay.
Very
Have you done any events yet, Jennifer?
I've done a few. I keep saying I'm almost kind of embarrassed to say it, but it's kind of like, I know if I just put it out there, it'll happen because it happened before. I think I'm almost kind of nervous about it. It's like, it's kind of sounds stupid, but I just got to do it. And every time I tell people, then I just kind of hope that they're going to that, you know, it's kind of like putting your goals out there. I'm afraid once I open the floodgates, it'll be more than what I really want to do, I guess. But I do want to do it. I just want to get back into, but believe me, we figured it out. I think I've been doing music for how many years? 40? It's like 40 years. Well, how old am I? But no, but it's, there's just what I did a lot. What I'd like to do is more corporate stuff. That's really what I would like to do. And it's usually people who do business with the senior market. It doesn't have to be that, but it tends to be that's my music does very well with the older crowd. And that's gospel, but that's good old, you know, classic standard kind of stuff everybody knows, because then everybody can sing along. And I would never try to book myself at a teenage party or you know, any kind of stuff like that, because I'm just, top 40 is not really my thing, right? You know, top 40 is weird, right? You know, I'm too old to do top 40 stuff. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay. Thank you for the question. So
Thank you.
Yep.
Right.
I'll be back in a few minutes, everybody.
Okay.
See you in a
very
little
good.
bit.
Let's see. At this time, I want to welcome our newest collaborator who has just joined us, Stacy Schamberger Smith. Stacy, are you ready to introduce yourself and your business?
Yes, I am, Don. Well, hello, everyone. My name is Stacy Schamberger Smith, and my background is I practiced pharmacy for over 28 years, but I recently partnered with a global network marketing company called Tava Lifestyles that promotes health and wellness products. All the products are all natural and plant-based, and we currently have 4 products now on the market. I'm just going to briefly show you guys. One of the products is called Bacia Detox Tea that cleanses all the toxins and impurities out your body and gives you natural energy. Next, we have a liquid vitamin extract called Ballet 30. It has all the right nutrients that your body needs, packed with vitamin B to give you natural energy, vitamin D to boost your immune system, glucosamine that helps preserve your joints, 300% biotin, make your skin glow, your hair grow, your nails grow. It has antioxidants as well to help lower your risk of several diseases like cardiovascular disease. And next we have a Flare Energy Capsule. It gives you all the natural energy. It doesn't cause a jittery like those 5-hour energy drink does, which are not really healthy for you. It has probiotics in it. It also has guarana, which is a product that helps with mental focus and mental clarity, and it also helps regulate your metabolism, which means it's boosted and helps you to lose weight. And our last product is Capri CBD infused coffee. This coffee has CBD in it, no THC, but it helps with pain anywhere in your body. It helps if you're under a lot of stress or anxiety. It helps you really to relax a lot, help you to sleep at night. Like I said, the products are amazing, and I have several testimonies from clients in which it helped lower their cholesterol. Me personally, that's what it did for me, helped lower my cholesterol numbers, about 80 some points. A lot of clients who are diabetics helped lower the A1C, helped lower the high blood pressure. So the products are really amazing. And I have sent Dion and Don a sample. So if anyone else is interested in a sample of the tea, just let me know and I'll be more than happy to ship it out to you. And thanks, Dion, for sending me the sample of the nails. Thank you.
Welcome.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Stacy. Does anyone have any questions for Stacy Schamberger Smith and her Tava lifestyle products? Okay, we will move on. I would like to, at this time, invite Anna. Anna, are you ready to introduce yourself and your business?
Yes, thank you. So I'm a coach mindfulness and yoga trainer, and I'm really passionate about wellness, and in particular wellness for the mind. So I coach people and train them to really become their authentic self and the best version of themselves, really through these amazing holistic journeys where you discover your inner strength and what makes you who you are. And what I do, thanks to Nicole, every week on a Wednesday on the East Coast, it would be 12 noon. I offer a free class in mindfulness. It's where it has all started for me, my personal journey, and the people that participate, they say, is had amazing support for them as well in bringing up their energy and make them feel less stressed, more calm, and ultimately more focused. I'm
Awesome.
working on other plans, but it's all in baby steps. So what I'm working on is more a program that will offer more like more tools. So a bit more of the coaching in the mindset, and offering more meditation and breathing, which I call pranayama. It's not really breath work. It's from the Indian tradition.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing, Anna.
Thank you.
Does anyone have any questions for Anna at this time?
I don't have any questions for her, but I'm like one of her minions on on Wednesday night at 12 o'clock, 12 to 12:30. It's really helped the last few weeks of getting my energy up and staying there to finish the week strong. So if you can put it in your calendar, I strongly suggest you tune in tomorrow, because it's well worth your time. And it gets you back into full strength to finish the week strong.
Thank you, Nancy.
I would agree. I'm gonna co-sign on that one. I don't know if it's in your voice or in the content or just a wonderful combination of all of it, Anna. I have noticed that the meditation, the thoughtfulness, the words and the focus that you help everyone listening to you with, it really makes a sustained a longer term, it has a longer term effect than just the moment. And that's what I really love about it. So keep doing what you do. And I want to encourage anybody who has the opportunity to log in, please do so. I'll post Anna's information on the Collaborating Connections page as well. So you all will have an opportunity to access that and participate if you're available.
Yeah, thank you. I also do a recording, so I just had a thought right now. I'll come up with a way of making it available to people that are not necessarily part of Nicole's group. Yeah, that's probably the next step, and I do everything organically. So I'm so glad to be here and sharing this with you all.
Thank you. Thanks again. And if there are no other questions or comments, I want to take the opportunity to invite Bryn Cochran back. Bryn was with us last week, and she and I had a wonderful one-on-one conversation as well following the meeting last week. I want to welcome her back. Bryn, are you ready to introduce yourself and your business?
Yes. Hi. Thank you, Dawn. So my name is Bryn Cochran. I am a insurance agent with Shelter Insurance. Right now, very specifically, we are reaching out to business owners because that's where we are definitely most competitive in the market, from business autos to general liability for smaller businesses. Last week, I was able to save a lady 92% a month on her general liability. So it's just something where it would just take me talking to the business owner and seeing what areas that I can help them in. We have several policies, or we even have combined policies, just trying to make things easier on the business owner. I also do home auto as well. So, and I'm very passionate about just getting to know my customers. I'm not offended whenever they decide to go someplace else at all. I actually send them thank you cards for giving me the opportunity to quote their business, because by quoting people, I'm also able to meet new people and find out needs in different areas. I can write for the entire state of Indiana. So just something, I'm just very passionate about helping people. Insurance isn't something that I love, but I love people. So it's kind of crazy that I'm in insurance, but there's a big need for people to be listened to and helped in the insurance world.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Bryn. Does anyone have any questions for Bryn at this time?
So Bryn, you only licensed in Indiana only, or do you other states?
I am actually only licensed in Indiana. I'm not against getting licensed in other states. It's actually pretty easy, especially like in Ohio and Tennessee and Kentucky. But at this time, I'm only licensed in Indiana.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
How long have you been selling?
I've been with Shelter. It'll be 2 years in November. And before that, I was with State Farm for a little bit.
Cool. All right. Well, I hope during this roundtable of introductions, everyone has had a chance to listen to and perhaps know each other on a little bit more detailed level. I hope that you've perhaps taken some notes, either written them down or mentally, where you have a good idea of what folks are looking for. My name is Dawn Evans Casey. I mentioned I'm the leader of Collaborating Connections, going on 4 years. My company is Spa Travel. I've been in the travel industry since, I think, late 2015, where I was traveling a whole lot in corporate America. And a friend suggested, since you're traveling all the time, Dawn, why don't you get paid for it? And that sounded like a pretty good idea to me. So I found a wonderful host company, got my certification, and started my business out of my home. I love to help people have memorable, enjoyable travel experiences. I myself have weathered the good and the bad of travel, and I act as an advocate for my travel clients. When they have any problems, certainly they can give me a call, and I will contact the vendors and work out positive solutions on their behalf. The vendors are happy to work with me because they want me to bring them more business. And I'm happy to work with my clients and customers because I want them to come back and travel again and again and just have fun. A lot of people don't know that utilizing a certified travel planner does not necessarily cost them any extra money. The travel vendors pay my commissions, and they have budgeted for that in their annual budgets. So that's already worked out. I am looking for individuals who are interested in traveling perhaps later this year or into 2022. Now that COVID restrictions are relaxing and people are starting to venture out, I hope that they are thoughtfully looking at places that they want to go, and I'm happy to help them get there safely and enjoyably. So if you yourself are interested in traveling, or you know of anybody who'd like to travel, that would be a wonderful connection for me. Additionally, I love to help people take the path that I've taken and develop their own home-based travel business. So if you know of anybody who loves to travel themselves, loves taking advantage of discounts, loves seeing new and wonderful places, I'd be happy to talk to them about endeavoring to start their own travel business. So those are the two types of referrals that I'm looking for right now. And I'm Dawn Evans Casey, Spa Travel. Does anyone have any questions, anything travel related that I might be able to assist with?
I have a question, and I
Yes.
know this is going to be weird. So here in Europe, we cannot travel unless we get tested before and after. What's the situation in the United States?
It is pretty much the same if you're considering traveling outside of the United States, that you will be tested before and after, especially returning to the United States. You'd have to have a clean COVID test. And if while traveling abroad, you happen to test negative, you will be detained in that location until positive testing is acquired. So I encourage individuals to be prepared for that, and certainly to have travel insurance that would accommodate.
Yeah, it's different here. We just, like, if I was to visit my parents, the flight would be £50. And then I would have to spend like £350 just in tests both ways.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's mental. Yeah.
That's a lot. Yeah, I understand how that would deter. Okay. Well, if there are no other questions, again, I want to encourage all of you to think about how you might be able to assist and refer each other. And as I've mentioned before, we always encourage one-on-one conversations beyond this weekly meeting. One-on-one conversations are an excellent way to get to know somebody better, to make sure that you understand their business, their needs, and an opportunity for you to share a little bit more about yourself and your business, and specifically ask for exactly what type of client referral or connection you're interested in. As I mentioned, I had great conversations last week with Stacy and Bryn, and certainly have come away with a much better understanding of them as individuals and business professionals. So I'm happy to help in any way that I can to expand their connections and provide referrals. So as I mentioned earlier, I will be sending out the chat list via email to attendees following this meeting. I want to make sure that everybody has included their contact information over there so that everybody can set aside some time during the week to think about who can I connect. And we have sent out previously some resources, recommendations on how to word a connection or referral email or phone call or text message. So be sure that as you're having your one-on-one meetings, you express your preference, how you'd like to be contacted, how best to reach you. Now, at this time, I mentioned at the top of this call, this is the last meeting in June of 2021, and our topic for this month was Juggling June. We've talked a lot about challenges of balancing work-life. We've talked a lot about as entrepreneurs and managers of business, what we are faced with on a day-to-day, obstacles, problems, suggesting solutions. And while we're here at the end of June, halfway into the 2021 year, I wanted to acknowledge that our themes for the past 6 months have been things like joining and follow-up February, Faith Over Fear February, Masterminding March, Accountability April, Making the Connection May, and of course, Juggling June. While this is the last week of June, I want to flip the script a little bit, and I want to ask everyone who's on the call today to share a positive word that begins with J that comes to mind. If you'll just shout them out, I'll jot them down here. Anybody?
Joyful.
I like that. Joyful.
Jovial.
Jovial.
Jubilant.
Jibber jab?
Jubilant. Jubilant.
Jubilant. Oh, I'm sorry.
Not jubber.
Okay. Anything else?
Joyful.
Got it. Okay. Hi, Sarah.
Hey, how are you?
Good, good. Are you going to be with us a visual this week?
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe.
Oh.
Be prepared.
Okay. Well, we have gone through our roundtable, but I certainly want you to have an opportunity to introduce yourself and your business. Are you ready to do that, Sarah?
Sure.
All right, there you are.
Hi, everybody. Thought I'd pop in and just let everybody know that in case you've seen my posts on Facebook, we are packing. So we are going to be moving to Tennessee. Ooh, yeah. So busy, busy, busy. So as I'm lucky that my business is able to be packed up and we just move right along. So Biz in the Bag Marketing and More. We currently have 2 Facebook training classes that are coming up in July. So I believe one is on the 12th, which is going to be about engagement on Facebook. And on the 19th, we're going to talk about how to build customer files and folders and all that good stuff that's available on Facebook. And we are also in July getting ready for, I hate to say this, back to school. So if you pop over to the website, bizinthebag.com, you will see on the events that we have back to school events coming up, and we're filling our giveaway bags for those to give the teachers and help them with school supplies.
All right. do you have deadlines for any of that? The back to school bags or are there sign up deadlines for either of those classes?
Okay, so for the training classes, we have a limit of 10 students per class. And I think we're about halfway there now for each class. So, yep, I think I just updated the Eventbrite to make on the ticket. So, and the back to school, we'll be doing that all of July. So, because those will be, you know, nationwide. So they'll be going, you know, out whenever to wherever. So, and if anybody's interested in participating in those, then just get with me and I can tell you, you know, what school or what area we're going to be distributing for, you know, what days.
Okay. Very good. Does anyone else have any questions for Sarah and her Biz in the Bag marketing? All righty. Bryn and Sarah, if you all could be sure to input your information in the chat room. I will add that to the information that I share with the group following our meeting. And at this time, I want to take the opportunity to quickly give a word on our members that aren't present on the call tonight. There is Natasha Alford, who has a cleaning business called Crazy Clean Unlimited Services, and she does both commercial and residential cleaning in the locale, the greater Indianapolis area. We also have Pauline Ray, who is creative wedding invitations, greeting cards, and handmade crafts and goodies. So Pauline's company is PSR Designs, and she is available on Facebook. Who else am I missing? Am I missing anybody else? No, I think that's it. All right, very good. We were talking about the positive words that begin with J. And just to add, our theme for the month was Juggling June. And as I mentioned, that was focused on dealing with obstacles and challenges and problems. And we talked about some wonderful solutions. So for anybody who's interested, you can go back through the Collaborating Connections page on Facebook, and there are recordings of our previous June meetings specifically to get wonderful guides and information out of there. We are also on YouTube, Collaborating Connections recordings. But to end the month and the half year on the very positive note, we're talking about positive words that begin with J. So I have, let's see, joyful, jovial, jubilant, joyous, jolly, jazzy, jewels, jingle, journey, jumpstart. And I wanted everybody to think about positive things half of the year in. I know that most everyone had goals at the beginning of 2021. And even though we didn't know what the year was going to look like, we anticipated something positive. We anticipated being successful and what we wanted our business to look like. So half year in now, this is a wonderful time to look back on those goals, see how you're doing, see if there's anything you need to be adjusting or resetting, and of course, keep going. keep working, keep being positive, keep that mindset of success. I wanted to share in our discussion today, I came across this article that's called 40 Reasons You're Amazing and Worth Appreciating. So I certainly appreciate that all of you are here with us tonight, talking and sharing and contributing. And I wanted to encourage you to keep going and keep being the amazing and wonderful people that you are. The article that I'm going to read is by Lori Deshane, and she writes, "I'm willing to bet that most of us spend far more time focusing on what we aren't than appreciating who we are. We hone in on everything we think we lack and then feel bad about ourselves, when there's actually a lot to celebrate if we take the time to recognize it. It's partly a byproduct of our time. We're constantly inundated with pictures and stories narrating everyone else's lives, when really those are just highlight reels. They're filtered and photoshopped, and the versions of their life might just be as messy and imperfect as ours. So regardless of where they pose and what they wear and what they're doing, all of those people are just like you and I. They are sometimes confident, but sometimes insecure, and they often need to be reminded that they're worth loving, and we're all doing better than we think. So whether you're a perfectionist or you're just hard on yourself sometimes, I want you to kind of sit back and relax right now, just for a moment, and consider all these reasons that you are amazing and worth appreciating. And I certainly want to appreciate each and every one of you. Number one, your strength. You have survived every challenge life has thrown at you so far, and there have been a lot. None of us are the spring chickens. We've been through some stuff and we're still here, still able to smile, still able to wake up every morning, still able to face whatever it is that the day puts ahead of us. And that's a good thing. You've risen back up after failure and rejection, when you could have given up, but you licked your wounds, you got through it, and you put yourself back out there instead. That's why you should be celebrated. You've tried things outside your comfort zone, whether that meant taking a new job or saying hello when you would have preferred to stare down at your feet, and that took some courage. That's a good thing. You've adapted to change, often without even choosing it, and you've grown through the experience. And you've solved problems that could have crippled you and have helped other people with their problems while grappling with your own at the same time. Isn't that something? Isn't that amazing? Your kindness. Certainly you've made someone feel appreciated, and maybe many someone's, by acknowledging their efforts and thanking them for what they've done. You've made someone's day, probably without even realizing it, by listening and understanding, or simply being thoughtful and kind. You look out for people you love. And when you say you care, you mean it. And you back it up with actions. Keep doing that. That's good stuff. You remember important things, or at least some of them. That happy birthday card or call or text. It was a simple acknowledgement that helps someone feel valued and loved. And you've given second chances, even when you didn't want to sometimes, but you knew that someone really needed it. You are unique, so I'm celebrating your you-ness. You've got many positive qualities, whether you realize it or not. And maybe you're adventurous or brave or creative or dependable or all of the above. You could probably go through the whole alphabet and list 26 amazing qualities for each letter that you possess. You're passionate about something, and that's obvious because you're here, you're sharing your passions, your interests. Whether it's your work or your hobby or a dream for the future or for you or your family, that passion is both admirable and contagious. Keep it up. And know that you are beautifully messy. Like all human beings, and your emotions give you empathy and depth and many other gifts that you may not even recognize. You have been on a journey, and you've amassed a vast assortment of experiences that have given you insight and unique perspective. No one else sees the world exactly like you. It's those little intricate details of yourself that I hope that you're sharing with each other on these one-on-ones. You've done some interesting things in your time. And if our lives really do flash before our eyes before we die, each and every one of us, definitely, that won't be boring. You have found and or created opportunities for yourself, and possibly in fields that aren't easy to break into. And that's something really to be proud of. You're also the co-star in many other people's favorite memories. Did you know that? So there you have it. A bunch of reasons that you're absolutely amazing. Every last one of you. I don't know, does anybody have anything that they can think about that they'd add to the list?
That's really cool, Dawn. I mean, especially coming out of the year we just had. I mean, everybody deserves a big pat on the back and a hug or virtual hug, whatever, but it's that was pretty awesome. Thank you.
You are very welcome. I'm going to share the whole list with the email that I send out. So it's something that everybody can take a look at and think of and contemplate on and kind of just have that warm fuzzy and know that you're appreciated and think back on what you've already come through and know that that is quite an accomplishment, people. It really is. It really is. So let's keep it going. Halfway through the year is no time to lose the momentum. We all want to thrive and we all seek success, and it's there for us. Does anyone have any comments at this time?
Okay, I have a comment that I had seen. I don't know if America's Got Talent, if you guys watch that, but I hadn't watched this, but one of my friends had put on their Facebook, this one lady, she has cancer and she was singing on the show. And she didn't have anybody with her. And, you know, she had her own original thing. And she was like, you know what, I'm happy. Like her attitude was just phenomenal. And coming at the end, they were like, you know, how do you get through it? She's like, you can't wait until life isn't hard anymore before you decide to be happy. And I thought that was so cool. That was so inspirational. And then she even said later, like, she goes, I only have a 2% survival rate, but that's not zero. So she's still knowing that anytime, I don't know what how much longer that she has, but she was like, hey, that's 2%. I could be in that 2%. So the whole attitude of just keep on going, even though it gets hard, stay happy and just keep going.
Definitely. We all need it, on the days of this hot summer, and we feel beat down by the heat, and looking back and saying, maybe I didn't reach all those goals, but rather than the glass half empty, let's see if we can't just focus on the half full and stir up that energy and that excitement within us to continue to make some awesome things happen for ourselves, for our clients, for our families. It's just there waiting for us. Stacy, you're muted.
Yes, I was just saying, for me, Don, I always speak positive affirmations over my life. I always say every day, I'm great, I'm happy. I mean, you just have to speak it over your own life to be happy. So that's the type of person that I am.
Absolutely. And it's great. Do it for yourself. And sometimes we have to extend it and do it for others, because they might be at that place where they're easily overcome by the problems or negativity. And it's, they just might need a smile. They just might need a positive word. They just might need a little help. And don't we have that in us to share?
Yes, yes.
Anybody else? Okay. Well, I want to, before we go, with this being the end of June, I want everybody to think about, what do you want to carry into the second half of the year? What positivity, what goal will you speak into existence for yourself? What are you needing that is just out there waiting for you to reach for it and grasp it?
Are you asking us, Dawn?
I am.
I mean, that sounds stupid, but what the way I said that sounds like, well, yeah, she's asking us, but just say it again. What are you asking? What are we wanting? What are we looking for yet?
Yeah.
Is that
Yeah.
Okay.
Because we're in this, speaking this positivity now. We know that half a year is behind us, but we still have a half a year in front of us. So what are we pursuing? What will we accomplish? I'm just asking you to speak it out loud and claim it now for the rest of 2021.
Well, we actually, Stacy, I don't know, were you going to say something? I'm sorry.
No, you go ahead.
Okay. We, oh golly, now I, I can't remember what I was going to say. There are a lot of things we're trying to do. Oh, we've been actually talking about in the mastermind, the difference between goals and intentions. And so I think we're kind of, I think I'd like the intentions are kind of what you're going to do to get to your big goals. So I don't know. Dawn, you didn't ask that question, but I kind of think sometimes goals seem like they're bigger. Yes, the affirmations are a step, like, I am happy, or I those kind of things. But the intentions, I'm kind of getting tripped up by intentions, but I don't know if I'm saying it right, but goals sometimes scare me a little bit because you put them out there, and I've said that many times on many calls, that they make me nervous because I just feel like I've voiced it to everybody, and if I don't make it, then nobody ever makes fun of you for not making a goal, but the intentions are like the littler steps or the little pieces of it that you're working towards. So when you are asking me, or when I'm thinking of that, we are right now in the process of trying to transition our website into a membership website, where people can go in and they can do a lot more interactively, and then take some of the stuff off of the administrative end of it. Not that I don't, but it's just getting to the point we've got a lot of people. And so anyway, if we're going to look at that, there are a lot of things I'd like to do in the big picture, but my big thing is we've got about a 6-week window of trying to get this done. So I am very certain, I'm very positive we're going to do it. We're going to do it. We are going to accomplish this in the next 2 months for sure. So I'm speaking it out there and saying, just keep sending positive vibes, everybody. I think it'll work really, really well for everything we're trying to do from there on. From there on. So I don't know if that, but that to me is, the intention is we've got about like a 6-week map we've got to follow to do this. So my intention is to follow that map by the letter and make sure that we do not stretch this out any longer than it has to go. So I don't know if that gives you something, Don, but there's a lot of bigger goals that I have, but for right now, my intentions are to get that going, because I think once we do, I think the sky, I don't know if the sky is I think the sky is the limit, but I mean, we've got somebody from London on here. I mean, the sky is I'm just, I don't know that there's, and it's the other part of it is getting people to understand we have kind of a hybrid world we're in now. You guys are a good example. We used to meet in person and that was great, but everybody had to travel across the city and traffic and all this stuff. And it just changes the group a little bit, but it's exciting when you've got, the hybrid end of it. I don't know if that makes a lot of sense. It's just, the intention is to work toward the best way that we can do that with the hybrid, making sure everybody feels like they're important, even if they can't do business with somebody in London, but they can, there are reasons that you might want to connect with somebody there, I mean, that's been one of the biggest hurdles to get over. So the website and just working in this new virtual hybrid world the best we can. Okay. So
awesome.
Jennifer, but we never know because our networks are now global. I mean, my network is global, including you.
Right.
I might be able to connect Dawn with someone that I know who has an intention to do something about travel for a business. So we have, like I was on an MBA, I did it in London, but there was 71 different countries represented. I mean, it was just bonkers. I have friends all over the globe.
Yeah, so this is, and it's more for Anna, it's kind of our end of it before the pandemic. Before the pandemic, we were this nice, and it wasn't bad, but we were this nice little community of wonderful people, but we really rarely, if ever, had a reason to connect outside of our own little bubble. Even connecting with Bryn in Liston or, that really wouldn't happen because, it just wouldn't happen. So now I just feel like the global thing, I'm excited about it myself for the connections and just the personal development that we can all do. I mean, we all need to know other people. But it's been a real task. It's a real challenge trying to figure out how do you we have a fraction of our members who are still they're just not on board. They understand, but they can only do business in a certain area and they just aren't interested. And I don't mean to sound like they're rude or anything. I don't think the thing with this group is nobody on here is doing that at all. You know, this is the group that's kind of the exception. We have groups that are either Zoom or they're not. I mean, they're like, you know, and I understand, but they're kind of, I get it. But anyway, but we're very happy that you're on the call, because I know that everybody who's been on your calls, they love what you do. And I'm sorry, I have a call at noon at exactly the time that your thing is, so I can never do it. But yeah, the big trick for our network is to get people to understand the value, or the hybrid, and then the website stuff for me. I just want to make it as easy as possible. I want people to be able just to find us and not be screwed up by the website that doesn't work, or that they can't, you know, I want it to be easy. So we're happy you're on the call very much.
Yeah.
So thank you.
I would love for people to feel emboldened to stretch beyond, you know, the box, to think beyond what they, you know, believe is the norm, or the minimum of what they're going to do today, and to imagine that relationships beyond your geographic area and relationships with people that you haven't met yet are just waiting to blossom into something awesome for all of our businesses, that it's out there. So, you know, in my intention and what I'm claiming for the rest of the year, you know, I know the type of travel client that I'm looking to connect with, but I'm looking to make connections, and going to do that, demonstrate that. And because I don't know if I'm going to find a connection for me or for one of my fellow collaborators, but I know that they're out there, and I'm just looking forward to it. So I want everybody to think about getting the most out of this relationship with Collaborating Connections, to expand your brand and your offerings, and reach out to people that you don't know today, but you don't know that they're going to be an absolutely awesome connection for you in your future. Those are the types of things that I'm thinking about. Be inspired, be confident in your business and your capabilities, to be able to just claim that success and thrive in the future. Anybody else got anything they want to share?
Well, Don, I'm just manifesting that the rest of the year that my team would really grow, because that's what my goal is to grow my team exponentially. So we can just touch so many lives and get these products, these amazing products, in as many individuals' hands as possible, because I know that they can really change people's lives for the better. So that's my goal, to really grow my team.
Wonderful. Do that, Stacy. Do that.
Oh, I will.
Okay. Anybody else? Any other thoughts before we sign off for this evening? Is there anything coming up early July that we need to be aware of, Jennifer?
No, not early July, but I was just going to say, be sure to check out our events. Part of what we are doing in July is jot it down. And I know I missed part of the meeting, but July, it started out with like, do people take notes with paper and pen, or do they do it on an iPad, or what is, you know, do they have an app on their phone? What are they doing? And now we've kind of gotten into there's a presentation on Monday, July 26th that we don't have out there yet, but it's the 5, I think, did you guys have Deb Miller on your call one night? Okay, She wrote a book called The Life Organizer, and she's going to do a presentation on the 5 most important documents you should have handy. So it's like your living will, and she has a story about how her husband had and this is a few years ago. He was in the hospital for something very horrible. He survived, but she was left having to find all these things. And she had to, wherever they were on vacation or something. And so the problem was that she didn't know where all these things were. He did. And so she's created this life organizer. I have the book and now I can't find it, but, My Life Organizer, she wrote a book about it. And so she's going to do this presentation, but that's kind of like, the documenting of making sure that you know where things are. If you've got a will, where is it? And if you are not capable of finding it because you're in another city with your husband in the hospital or something, is there a place or a way that you can make sure your children or whomever those kind of things. So that is the 26th of July, and that's a Monday. We do have other things that are coming up, and we would like to get any of our members that want to educate. Sarah did a thing on Facebook, a month ago or something. I mean, if it's something that you can educate our members, yes, it's a marketing thing for you, but it's also bringing them information that they would normally not get. So I know that you guys are in the evening, and we would schedule it around your schedule. The one on the 26th is at 4:00 on Zoom. And we will probably record that, but we're not against doing it like on a Saturday afternoon or, later on a Friday, whatever it is, whatever would work for somebody's schedule. But anyway, and that's going to be called, we didn't actually have it named when we did it before, but it's TTR Presents. So it's just kind of one of those things. And we've got a lot of things coming up. So I would just say, please check out the website and just let us know if there's something you would like to get on there that maybe isn't, maybe an event that you're having or whatever it is. We'll be happy to, do what we can to get the word out. Okay.
Exactly. Thank you, Jennifer. So
You're welcome.
everybody stay tuned to the Collaborating Connections Facebook page, as well as the TTR Networking Facebook page, which are just abundant with information, useful connections to other training meetings, motivational, inspirational items, and things of interest for entrepreneurs and small business owners. Beyond that, I think I just want to share with everybody, I hope that you have a wonderful rest of the week. May it be productive. Everybody stay cool and healthy. And we will look forward to seeing you all again, smiling faces, this time next week, which will be July. All right. Have a wonderful 4th of July holiday, everybody.
Be safe. Thank you.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.